Hello my friends and welcome to The Simple Sober Life. I am Joshua and I help others make simple changes to create a life of awesome. Well, it's Sunday morning and as you know, a lot of times that means meal prep. But I haven't really been doing meal prep videos probably for a couple of months now. It just got too hectic trying to set up the camera and get everything going. But I was thinking about it today and I realized that, as one of the pillars of the simple sober life being health, and an important aspect of improving our health, both physically and mentally, is food and food preparation. I was actually doing a disservice in not giving you some advice on how to meal prep healthy foods on a budget. So I'm going to try and re-implement that into the Simple Sober Life and into the video rotation. Now I can't promise it'll be every week, but I will do it as often as I possibly can. But before we get started, I have to share this story with you. So here we go. So I was sitting on the lanai. So I was sitting outside yesterday, before work, and this is what I see. At the end of the driveway, there are 3 cops, cherries blazing, and there is a car, blocking the road. And then, I was just sitting out there having a cup of coffee when one of the cops spotted me because I was listening to one of my podcasts. And he comes hustling up and he's like, "Do you live here?" I'm like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Oh, okay, I didn't see you out there." I'm like, "Well, it's dark." But I started asking him what was going on, and apparently someone had decided to steal a car and then drop it off at the end of the driveway, completely blocking anyone from getting in or out. And there were cops all around. They were out there for well over an hour because I woke up at about 3:45 and I left my house at 5:15 and they were still out there. And in fact, they had more than doubled in quantity. There were now 6 cop cars out there by the time I left, completely blocking the road, which meant I had to drive through my sister's yard and into the ditch just to get around them. It would have been very easy for them to move so I could, easily have gotten out on my way, but didn't think of that. Anyway, my friends, had to share that story with you. It's always one thing or another around here. It's pretty crazy. But back to meal prepping. Meal prepping and, getting in the kitchen and working with your hands is so great, not just for your physicality, but also for your mindset and for your mind frame. You get in there, you can kind of shut everything else off from the world and get creative. And that's exactly what we're going to do today. I really don't have a plan. I didn't look up a recipe or anything. So I just grabbed a couple of things and we're gonna see what we can come up with. So here's what we got. So we got some rice cauliflower. I've already thrown that into the microwave to get it thawed out. We got some bacon, got a couple of different peppers. I primarily got them for color because as you can see, a lot of what I'm working with is green. So just to add a splash of color in there more than anything else. I also got some jalapenos for some spice, some snap peas, and some Brussels sprouts. Now, the main course of the meal is going to be chicken. I just got some chicken tenderloins from Ingles, and we're gonna grill those up. I'm planning on roasting all these veggies together, but I'm not exactly sure if I'm gonna combine everything or leave the chicken separate. I haven't really decided that yet, but it might be a good idea to decide what I'm gonna do. We'll figure that out in a minute. I'm gonna throw the bacon in the oven to get a cook on that, because one thing I don't like is when I cook things with bacon and it comes out looking exactly like how it went in. You know, I'm always a little kind of nervous about, you know, eating raw pork. So while the oven is heating up, I'm gonna go ahead and start cooking the vegetables, chopping them up and getting them prepared. So before I even get started cooking, I hear this ripping coming from the living room. And look at that guilty face. What did you do? What did you do? Let's go investigate. Oh. And the duck had it. Oh boy. That's another casualty. Casualty of Luna! All right, so back at it. So we're gonna throw the bacon in the oven. One cool trick that my sister taught me was, if you're cooking bacon in the oven, to line your baking sheet with aluminum foil, and it makes for a much easier cleanup. You can just wait for the grease to cool down and kind of solidify, and then you can just throw the entire aluminum foil sheet right into the garbage. And I'm gonna cook it on this cooling rack so that the bacon can cook from both sides at once. I like the thick cut bacon most of all. Gotta make sure that grease pours right there. Just make sure not to overlap any of the bacon, otherwise you won't have it completely cooked. I'll just toss that into the oven. I've got the oven preheated to 400. I'm gonna toss that in there for about 20 minutes. Just make sure to check it. Everyone likes their bacon done a little bit differently. I like mine a little on the crispier side, but I don't want it too done because I'm going to toss it back in the oven with these veggies. All right, let's get our veggies going. I always have an issue with making too much, buying too much. I need to work on that. So I only got one thing of Brussels sprouts. Hopefully that'll probably be more than enough. I'm gonna just give them a little chop. It's maybe the wrong knife. Let's try this one. Heavy duty knife. Yeah! There we go, that's better. It'll probably be good for now. Since my counter is getting really full, I'm gonna go ahead and start laying stuff out on this baking sheet. I'm gonna start off with the riced cauliflower. I'm gonna start off with one bag, because it's starting to look like I might get a little overflown with veggies, which is never a bad thing, but still. And we can always use rice cauliflower throughout the week. So we'll just spread that out. We'll add the peppers and Brussels sprouts. It's looking pretty, nothing else. You know what? I may just leave this as a side dish. We're gonna add some jalapeno. I'm gonna take out most of those seeds. Give those a chop. I'm gonna make this a little finer than everything else. We just want the flavor of it. We don't want to take a big old bite of jalapeno. These aren't nachos. Watch out for the spray. Make sure it doesn't go in your eyes. I should have worn goggles or something. Wash our hands. Now I got some peas, but I think that might be enough. We don't want to overdo it. So what we'll do is we'll go ahead and add, and again, I'm just doing this by guessing. There's no real plan. We'll add olive oil to it. Some salt. And pepper. And then we'll wait for the bacon to get done, and then we'll sprinkle that on top. All right, that bacon smells like it's all done. Give it a little look. Ooh, a little more than I wanted it to, but that's okay. We'll go ahead and pull this out. So instead of 20 minutes, maybe I should have done like 17 or so. We'll just put that to the side for now. And we'll toss in our veggies. Oh wait, am I gonna I'll put the bacon in afterwards. We're just going by the seat of our pants right now. Kind of a So we'll go ahead and we'll put this up to 425. Those Brussels sprouts take a while to cook. And we'll set a timer. We'll check it in another 20 minutes. There we go. All right, while those veggies are in the oven, we'll go ahead and start working on our chicken. I've just heated up a pan with some olive oil, and I have coated these chicken tenderloins with one of the best seasonings in the entire world. And it's something so simple, you can find it in your grocery store. It's Famous Dave's Rib Rub. I'm telling you, this is not just for ribs. You can put this literally on anything. It's so good. We're just gonna grill up these tenderloins. That chicken is cooking up nicely, so we'll go ahead and prep our bacon. Just give it a good chop. I'm gonna leave some of the grease on there. Hopefully it infuses with the veggies. Yeah, those ends got a little crispier than I'd hoped, but that's okay. Ain't nothing perfect in the kitchen. There we go. Good. We'll flip our chicken. Now it doesn't really look like our vegetables are doing much. I certainly don't see them turning brown, so I'm going to give them a little bacony flavor. Hopefully that grease will help kind of trickle it down a bit. Back to the kitchen. Nice golden brown there. All right, that chicken looks pretty good. So we'll just cut the heat, take it off, and wait for our vegetables to be done. It's been about 25 minutes, and I think those veggies might be about done. Yeah. Some great colors in here. I'm really glad I added those peppers. So it looks like the Brussels sprouts, which would take the longest, have started to wilt. And I think that's a pretty good indication that they're getting soft. So let's give it a try. All right out of the oven, piping hot. Let's just give the, okay, good. The Brussels sprouts have definitely tenderized, which is good. So Everything else I would imagine probably tastes, like it should. Peppers and bacon and cauliflower rice. The Brussels sprouts, those are usually the ones that need a little extra help, in my opinion. Whew. Hot, hot. Use some extra, or use a little extra salt and pepper. But I think once everything really fuses together, it should be pretty good. I'm definitely going to leave that as a side dish. Now the chicken, remember we had that rib rub on it. That turned out good. That turned out excellently. I love that rub. Awesome. So we've got lunch for the week. Hot diggity. And Luna's looking at me like she wants to try some. Now that I'm tasting it, the seasoning from that chicken really helps complement the Brussels sprouts. So I think it'll work well. I think having the lesser seasoned vegetables paired with the slightly over-seasoned chicken will create a good balance. So, and it's bright, it's cheerful, it's good for you. Maybe the bacon not so much, but hey, you can't go wrong with bacon, right? All right, we have our meal prep done. Hot diggity! Well, my friends, we have our meal prep done. It takes so much stress off during the week. There was a period over the past couple of weeks where I was just, grabbing something out of the refrigerator, kind of cooking it up, and then it would make like 2 to 3 meals. And it was easy, it was fine. But it was, on the other hand, a lot of work because I was trying to figure out what to do, and it was some meal preps from Trader Joe's. I love me some Trader Joe's. So, and it was good. It just didn't have that, I don't know, that hearty home feeling that you get when you actually put in some time and effort to cook in the kitchen. So I hope you got value out of this. I hope you enjoyed this concoction of whatever it is. And if you did, please make sure to give it this video a big old thumbs up. Let me know you like it. And if you have any recipes that you'd like me to try, I would love to, especially if they involve easy prep and quick to make. Crock pot recipes are great. Things I can just kind of toss around because I've got, like everyone else, a life, and I don't want to spend the entire time in the kitchen. Although this nice little hour-long break has been fantastic. Anyway, my friends, please make sure to subscribe, and until next time, cheers.